Today, I want to talk to you about the quality of the healthcare in Colombia. It's certainly of importance to many of my viewers that are either retired now or nearing retirement age. My name is William Hutchison. I'm the owner of two real estate companies here. Along with my wife, lived in Colombia for 13 years and in Armenia for almost 12. I'm going to refer to my notes here because there's a lot of information that kind of goes back and forth. In order to come up with something that I think is reasonably accurate, I researched worldwide healthcare on the internet. I came up with five, actually the first five. I didn't cherry pick. And then I averaged the numbers to see where Colombia fits with the other industrialized nations. In most of these, there was 192 countries rated. The one caveat that I want to mention is these rating agencies use different criteria. Some were just the medical side, the hospitals, doctors, those sorts of things, while others included the hospitals, doctors, along with dentists, mental health professionals, therapists, anything that I guess you could classify as helping you with your overall health and your well-being. But there's relevancy within each rating agency. So that's what we're going to have to go with. I'm going to give you the position for the US, Canada, and Colombia, United States and Canada being where most of my viewers are situated. And then I'll tell you the top three in the world with each category. I'll have a couple comments at the end that might help you out in understanding more about the system here. The first organization is the World Population Review. They had United States number 30, Canada number 23, Colombia number 35. Top three in the world were South Korea, Taiwan, and Denmark. The internationalinsurance.com, they had the US as 69, Canada 32, Colombia 36. Top three there were Singapore, Japan, and again South Korea. The third one was numbeo.com, United States 36, Canada 29, Colombia 35. Top three, Taiwan, South Korea, and Japan. I want to stop for a minute and tell you that on these five agencies with the top three, that would be 15 countries. 12 of them were in the Far East. South Korea, Japan turn up 3 or 4 times each. So there's only 3 other countries out of the 15. They are Denmark, Belgium, and Sweden that got into the top 3 in any of these 5 rating agencies. The fourth one is wisevoter.com. United States 30, Canada 35, and Colombia 57. They had the top 3 as Belgium, Japan, and Sweden. The last one is statista.com. United States again 69, Canada 32, and Colombia 36. The top 3, Singapore, Japan, and South Korea. What I then did was I took the 5 numbers for each country and averaged them. And it turns out the United States averages 51, Canada averages 28, and Colombia averages 40. So Colombia basically smack dab in the middle of Canada and the United States. There was a couple here that really took the US out of this. 2 countries or 2 agencies had them rated 69. But there was also one that rated Colombia 57. And That same company, agency had Belgium and Sweden in their top 3 and no one else did. So I don't know how much faith we should put in that rating. The other 4 had Colombia 35 twice and 36 twice. I think Colombia is probably deserving of a rating in the mid-30s with 4 of them within 1 point of each other. I want to make a comment too about prescriptions here. Many of the drugs are over the counter, so you don't need a script from a doctor. Pharmacists are very, very helpful. In fact, in some cases, they have a little cubicle at the back, and if you need a shot, the pharmacist will give it to you. For minor things, but it does save the time and the effort perhaps to go see a doctor. There's a lot of pharmacies here, virtually on every corner. So that's kind of nice. Drug prices are, my guess is 15 or 20%. I'm on a couple drugs here now. I never had them in Canada, so I can't really tell you. But I know that, for most of them, I buy a 3-month supply, and it's only, in some cases, $20 or $25 to buy a drug for 90 days. Just to sort of recap the system here, and this is from a personal level. We had a situation where there was something a doctor had to look at, and we got a doctor's appointment on a Monday. He suggested an ultrasound. We got that on Thursday. The doctor with the ultrasound suggested a biopsy. We got that on Friday, and the result was all clear. So Monday from 3 o'clock to Friday at 3:30, and things were finished. That's not an exception. It really isn't. The service is unbelievable. Many of the doctors have been trained outside of Colombia. The equipment is top notch. I know in some of the rural areas it may not be, but in the major cities and maybe the medium size, I can speak for Armenia, very, very well equipped. One comment, there was a rating of hospitals in South America for the whole continent that I saw maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And in the top 20, 7 of the hospitals were in Medellin and 2 were in Bogota. So 9 of the top hospitals in South America are actually in Colombia. That's it for today. I hope it alleviates some concerns about the health system. You can always contact me. I don't have all the answers for sure, but I think I have access to many, and I can get them back to you. If it appeals to you, please subscribe. I would like to get the information out to as many people as possible. Colombia is a beautiful country. The cost of living is low. Everything is of quality. The food is unbelievably fresh. I know my diet here is much better than it ever was in Canada. William Hutchison, Armenia Colombia Realty for Expats and Salento Colombia Realty signing off. I live in paradise, and you can too.